It was probably middle of junior year, and that's when I realized that I had a bald spot on the back of my head. I actually didn't see it. I was blow drying my hair. My mom was sitting in my room, and she screamed at me and she said, "Oh my gosh, Morgan." I was like, "What?" And she's like, "You have a bald spot." I was like, "Okay, Mom, everybody has bald spots. Like, it's not a big deal. It's probably like a cowlick." And she's like, "No." She took a picture and it was about this big. Of course, my first reaction is, what is that? What happened? Did I burn my hair off? We went to the different doctors and everything, and they said it's a form of alopecia. A few months later, it started getting worse. I was losing a lot of hair. Prom was coming up, so I was like, okay, I'm a girl. Obviously, hair is extremely important feature of your looks. It was just, I didn't want anybody to know. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get extensions. I'm just gonna play it off like I just have the thick hair that I always had. It got to the point where I lost so much hair, the extensions made it worse. Oh God, I cried every day. Literally every day. It was just a huge struggle. I cried to my mom, "My hair, I can't do it anymore." And she's like, "Okay, you know what? It's gotten to the point where we're gonna go look at a wig." I never wanted it to get to that point. I thought it would just go away because with alopecia, they say it's like a guessing game. It can come and go, or it can be with you for your whole life. So I was like, you know what? I'll never get to that part. Like, it's fine. I'll just get new extensions, try different things. How old did I know? I had to go bald. I kept it a secret until the day that I got my wig, and I knew I was gonna look different because it was gonna change my full appearance. It just got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm tired of hiding this. It's just not even worth it. So I decided it's time for me to make a post. And it was a post of my wig and my full story from when I was 17 to that day. I cried so hard and I fought with myself. I had it sitting on my Instagram for about 3 hours and I just stared at it. Am I ready for this? Am I gonna do this? I was like shaking. I was like, oh my God, am I really ready for this? I was on the phone with my friends. I was crying. I was like, do I really need to do this? And she's like, you just need to do it. And if she came over, I said, you gotta do it. I gave her my phone and she said, all right, are you sure? I was like, no, just do it. And she posted it. It was crazy. It was absolutely insane. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, people that are across the country. So many people that reached out to me saying that they were struggling with the same thing, that it helped them with their struggles and their insecurities. I was like, oh my God, this is why I did this. This is why I came out about it. I was just really nervous that people were gonna be like, oh my God, this poor girl. I didn't want them to feel bad for me, and I didn't want them to look at me like, oh my God, what a freak. Going through college, figuring out who you are and what you want to be, and you go bald. If I go out in public bald, first reaction is, oh my gosh, she has cancer. She's gonna die. It was the first time I ever went out bald. I went to Whataburger. Of all places, I went to Whataburger, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go out bald for the first time. I'm doing it. So I went through the drive-thru, and she looked at me, she's like, I am so sorry. And she gave me my meal for free. And I was like, I'm sorry. And I said, is there something wrong with my car? Like, is there like a huge wreck that I didn't know? I looked in the mirror, I was like, I'm sorry for what? And she said, I can't imagine the cancer you're going through. I was like, ma'am, I'm just bald. I just got alopecia. I was like, I'm fine. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, what's alopecia? And that's when it hit me. I was like, nobody really knows what alopecia is. So that's when I started posting more often, explaining what alopecia is. Then I started following all these different social media sites that have alopecia, or girls that just shave their head. And that just empowered me to be more confident in showing all the different types of wigs that I get. And I started like a game. I was like, what should I name this one? Should I name her like Ashley or Victoria? It just became really fun. And I had my friends come over and they try on my wigs. And it's so crazy to me that I went from, I can't tell anybody because they'll judge me, to, oh my God, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. The amount of support and love that I received made me realize that I don't know why I've been hiding this for so long. What have I been doing these past few years? Why have I been hiding this with the people that I love the most, that love me and I can trust with my life about hair? Growing up, I thought, yes, I'm very confident. I love who I am. But once I went through the journey of losing my hair, I realized how insecure and shy I actually was. I used to think that looks come first. You have to have a certain body type, you have to have a certain face shape, your eye color. If you don't have the perfect long hair or the perfect thick hair. But now I see it's all about your heart, your personality, and how you put yourself out there in the world. And now I love going out with my friends, and I'm like, Girl, I just rolled out of bed, but shoot, I'm looking my best. I am feeling myself. Like, this is who I was meant to be. You shouldn't want to change that. You go through a journey of being this person that you want to be so badly, but in reality, just be who you are. I love when people come up to me and like, oh my God, your hair's so pretty. I'm like, thanks, it's a wig. And I show them pictures like, oh my gosh, what? I would have never known. I'm like, yeah, my eyebrows are fake, my eyelashes are fake and everything. You want to feel my legs? I haven't shaved them in 3 years. Alopecia, baby. That's what it is. And I feel so confident now and I'm so happy. And everybody, my family and old family friends, like, you're glowing. You just smile so much bigger. You glow different. I'm like, because I'm happy in my own skin and I'm just blessed of what this journey did to me. It made me a better person. It made me stronger. It made me confident. People always ask me, do you miss your hair? And honestly, I don't. I really don't. I miss my eyelashes. I will say that. I do miss my eyelashes. But I love not having hair because, I mean, there's little girls that are going through this and they have to go to school and there's bullies. Of course, there's always gonna be a bully and they always have to go through the, why don't you have hair? My biggest goal in life is if a little girl that I ever meet, if she says, why don't I have hair? And I wanna say, because you're beautiful without hair. That's what you're supposed to be, and hair does absolutely nothing. If anything, it just hides your face more than what it should. Embrace all your features because you are beautiful the way you are. I do go out occasionally without a wig, I'm fine with it, but whenever I go out, there's always that one person that's gonna come up to me, I am so sorry, I'm praying for you, I hope this struggle, and I'm just like, I wanna start wearing a sign. It's alopecia! It is alopecia, girls, people, men, everybody. I'm not sick, I'm fine. It's still a journey of building that confidence. There are hard days. There are very hard days when I wake up. I'm not the typical woman. I'm bald. But then there's other days when I'm like, dang, I'm bald and I love it. Whenever somebody finds out I have alopecia, they're like, oh, I can't imagine what you've gone through. Girl, I've gone through a whole life of literally loving myself. Don't be sorry, I'm thriving. Just love who you are. It is a journey. It took me years. It was the longest few years of my life and I got extremely depressed. I was so insecure. But I promise you that one day that you wake up and you look at yourself and you're like, wow, this is me and I could not be more happy. I promise you it is a complete life changer. My name is Morgan and I absolutely love my hair.